And right there should do it. I think I've done it. My island is done. It's got everything I could possibly want. Nothing could go wrong now. Right? Right? Ugh. I sense trouble. Welcome to Animal Crossing, the game that lets you carry an axe around in public places and asks no questions. In this episode of making the fictional world a bit more real, we're going to be looking at the Animal Crossing island. And not just mine, but yours as well. In fact, not just the islands, but the villagers themselves are in trouble. Not from axe-wielding maniacs, or shark-infested waters, or back pain. Ouch. But from climate change. Yes, today we're going to step away from Happy Home Designer and try and convince Nintendo why it needs to release some Disaster Prepper DLC. And what part of climate change am I referring to exactly? Well, I'm talking about the ocean. Specifically, its growth spurt? You see, since the 1880s, sea level has risen about 8 inches globally, and it continues to increase. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's a mouthful, projects that it could rise anywhere from 0.3 meters to 2 meters by 2100. Which, it's just funny to me that an administration called NOAA is telling us about flooding. But where's all this extra water coming from? Well, according to NASA, mostly from ice on land melting and running into the ocean, and something called thermal expansion. Basically, when something is warm, it expands, like with a hot air balloon. Or, you know, just hot water. Welcome to a segment I'm gonna call I Don't Know What to Do with My Hands. Also, trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera. Also, science. So, if this idea is right, and I think it is because I tried it yesterday and it kind of worked, if we take 2 identical cups of water and put one in the freezer and heat one up, when we bring them back together, the hot one should have a noticeably higher level than the cold one. To start off, we need measuring cup. Where did I put the measuring cup? I found it. It was under here. Don't worry, I found it. Also, I should mention I'm recording this on my phone, so the audio is probably gonna suck. So I try to get my mic here. The audio is still probably gonna suck. Okay, I want to get this right, so I have this little teaspoon to try and get it perfectly at 1 cup. Only quality science here on the Bomb channel. Time to get my scientific teaspoon, only available at bombmerch.com. Okay, perfect, that's at 1 cup. I'm gonna bring you over here so you can see. So, there you go, you can see it's at 1 cup. Here. 1 cup, it's moving now. So it isn't really working out. But trust me, it's at 1 cup, and you can trust me, because I got a little Todoroki on my fridge.
It's a bad scar.
Okay, so now that we have the 1 cup, we're gonna put it in these, because they're the only see-through bottles I own. They're really nice for camping. Again, scientific instruments only. It just broke. Oh man. Okay, well, we have a minor setback here. My wife is gonna kill me. Okay, well, it still works as long as I don't touch it. So we're gonna use this one for now. I'm gonna carefully pouring it. All right, that should be good enough. So we'll put this in the freezer, and when it's sufficiently cold but not frozen, we'll start heating up the other cup of water. It's been about 30-ish minutes. I've been editing part of this video together. Now it's time to get on to part 2. Same step same step as part 1. The same step 1 is part... Get a cup of water. Oh, I went way past a cup. I was looking, okay, this was a bad idea. But you can trust me, because I have a tiny Bakugo on my fridge. Shut up! Okay, perfect. 1 cup of water, all of it going directly into the pot. Now I don't want this to boil fruit roll-up ASMR for you in case you're interested.
Do a barrel roll!
Alright. So it's warm, almost boiling, okay, boiling water shot. So now I need that quickly. Really should have brought my camera over here. It's okay though, you can trust me. I've got a mini Deku on my fridge. Now that it's warm, I'm gonna pour it into the bottle. And it's broken. Crap, I forgot. This is a bad idea. Hot! Crap, this is okay. This is fine, is what this is. I'll grab my cold one, and if my science was right, we should see that they're at equal levels. Oh no, wait, the hot should be higher than the cold. Ta-da! Didn't work. Dang it. If anything, it looks like the cold has more volume now than the hot. So the science didn't work. Back to the video. Okay, but why does all this matter to Hopkins, Ellie, or any other villager? I mean, if we take a look at the most conservative amount of just 0.3 meters in about 80 years, that's only 0.375 centimeters a year, right? Surely that can't make a serious impact on your island. Well, to figure that out, we need to see just how big things are in Animal Crossing. The only problem is that size is a weird thing in this game. Thankfully, I was able to get an idea from Reddit user Toto Champoin, I'm gonna say, who decided to use the stated 50-inch TV to measure your character size. Using this, they found the character to be about 115 centimeters tall. Not super tall. But to not just coast off the back of others, I decided to try the same thing, only with the 20-inch stated TV, because I don't have the big one. So like in Toto Champoin's Reddit post, I put up the TV, stood close to it, adjusted perspective, and then took that into free Photoshop to calculate its measurements. Not sure if I did this entirely right, but I created a line to measure the TV and had it be my 20-inch standard. Then duplicated that and put it at about where I imagined the character's feet actually touch the floor. And this is what 20 inches looks like next to our character. Not promising, but let's continue. I then duplicated that and looked at its Y value before and after adjusting to the top of the character's head. It went from 1.57 inches to 0.98, and I know it says inches, but I'm not using those, they seem too unreliable. I'm not even entirely sure why it says inches and not pixels, but instead I'm just going to take the percent change from that, which is about 62%, and then apply that to the 20-inch standard. 62% of 20 is 12.4, making this line 12.4 inches, for a total of 32.4 inches, or 82 centimeters. Basically, we're very small. And interestingly enough, this is very different from the post's 115 centimeter estimate, even though I followed a similar methodology. So yeah, that's kinda pointless. Like I said, size is weird in this game, and since measuring is too unreliable, we're going to guesstimate. Since your character can buy a home, I'm going to assume that we have to at least be an adult, or Tom Nook is scummier than we thought. That's a video for a different day though. Working under the assumption we're an adult, let's look at the global average for height of adults. It differs depending on the country, but it's around 158 to 183 centimeters for men and 148 to 171 centimeters for women. The average of 148 and 183 is 165.5, so that's about how tall we'll say our character is. And just walking around the island, we can see we're about as tall as the cliff wall and about half as tall as that slope thingy on the beach, making those 165.5 centimeters tall and about 83 centimeters tall, respectively. And with that, I think we have all the info we need to see just how much danger our island's in. Going back to the sea level estimates from before, if we go with the lower end of the estimates, that means that in about 80 years, your beach is almost entirely gone. But thanks to this little slope, the rest of your island should be good for a few more years. However, if we look at the high end of this estimate of 2 whole meters in 80 years, that would mean that you would lose your entire first and second level of your island. That's insane, and gonna leave a lot of people probably out of a home. Heck, even with the more conservative estimate labeled intermediate, which is the next level up from our current observed trend, you would lose the whole first level, meaning no resident center, and for probably a lot of you, no Nook shopping or Able Sisters clothing. Kinda takes out the whole point of Animal Crossing. Thanks, climate change. Because it's time to turn my car off, start fortifying my island, and praying that Nintendo never releases the sea level patch. But as always, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one.